Hello and welcome. I am coming on live for the next couple weeks answering some preserving questions. So if you have preserving questions, please email me at jennifer@selfrelianceschool.com. And if I pick your question, I am going to be giving out some prizes. So I'm going to make sure that we are everywhere we're supposed to be here. We are streaming to Facebook and YouTube. So we're going to try and make that a regular habit. So we're just testing everything, making sure we are good to go. We're going to add Instagram as well, so you can pick your platform of choice. Okay, looks like we're on Facebook. Yay. So let me know in the comments, what are you drinking? I've got some iced coffee here. So what are you drinking and what is the weather like? It is hot here. We're in Texas and it is hot. It is beyond hot. Okay, I'm gonna go over here to YouTube and make sure we are where we're supposed to be. If you can see me and hear me in the comments, let me know. I would like to know if you guys can see and hear me. Sometimes Facebook goes a little wonky, so I would like to know before I go on and on and on and nobody can hear me, right? Okay, so if you're going over to YouTube, how are we supposed to? My husband is my producer. He sits in front of the camera. So if we're going over to YouTube, how do you know that it's there? Do you just go and
the videos and it's there?
Okay, so you just click on videos. Got it. Okay, so if you're on YouTube and you can see and hear me, let me know. Okay, got it. Okay. Hey, Karen. Okay, awesome. You can hear and see great, Rebecca. Just like the last time, you were okay here from the beginning despite what you thought. Okay, good. Because, well, at Facebook, it was not like that because Facebook had problems last week. So I did not know. Alrighty, so we're on Facebook as well. And let me make sure we're good. Hopefully, as we get used to doing this, it won't be like, we're having to sit and look everywhere. Okay, Shelly, if you want to go ahead, Shelly is asking a question on Facebook about preserving. So if you want to go ahead and email me your questions about preserving, go ahead and put in the subject line, preserve your pantry, and email them to jennifer@selfrelianceschool.com. And if I answer your question live, then I will send you some goodies. Okay, so we're going to get to it. Hey, Karen. Hey, Shelly. This week's question is, Jennifer, how do you know and or decide whether to use a hot pack or cold pack method when canning? I found both ways could be used for certain foods, and that's true. Some things you can hot pack or cold pack them. Sometimes cold pack is called raw pack as well, so just know that those are used interchangeably. And so the difference is when you are canning something and you're putting your food in the jars, sometimes you will put it in uncooked or raw or cold. You'll put it in there and then you will go through and do whatever it is that you need to do to make the jars ready to go into the canner. So that is processing it cold. Then if you're going to hot pack, so just like the name implies, you're going to pack the food and it's already been warmed up, heated, and usually cooked a little bit. So that is the difference in terms of packing the jar. So you're going to either pack the food in there, it's cold, usually raw, or it's cooked hot. Okay, so and you can imagine the difference is convenience, right? Because it doesn't take as many steps if you're just going to, say, cut up some peaches and put them in the jar. Whereas if you took the peaches and then put them on the stove and put some water, sugar, all that in syrup, and then you went and took that and put it in the jar. So there's extra steps in there to go ahead and hot pack. So that's really the difference, is convenience. But there is some differences in the finished products. Let me talk about those for a minute. So when you raw pack, what will happen Not all the time, but a lot of the time. I don't know if you've ever seen a jar of somebody, say, we'll just go with the canned peaches, where the peaches have risen all the way to the top and there's like some space at the bottom. I mean, it's juice, but you can see the juice, right? The jars aren't really as pretty as you might think of the peaches just sitting in the jar. They're sort of floating, right? So that happens when you raw pack, and the reason is because the peaches, in this case, this example, have air in the cells, and so what will happen is that will come out during the canning process because you're cooking the peaches while you can them, obviously in the boiling water. And so what will happen is they will float because they have air in there, right? And then if you cook the peaches first, then you're cooking out that air, and there's not the air in the cells of the peach, right? So you don't have the floating peaches. Now, you might a little bit, depending on how long you cook them and all of that sort of thing. And the idea is to cook them minimally, because then when you take them out, they're going to taste best. At least that's how the theory goes, right? So the thing is that if your peaches, like I said, in this case, your fruit, whatever it is that you're canning raw, happens to do that, it's okay. It's still fine. And over time, the food will settle because the air will be released, or the cells will fill up with liquid, actually. And so they will sink, right? They won't float anymore. And it's fine. It's not enough air or anything like that to make the food go bad or anything. So the thing is, though, when you do raw pack or cold pack, you usually, I mean, there's some pretty good space in there that you could have filled the jar a little bit more. So, you know, it's just one of those things where you have to decide, do you want pretty jars? If you want, you know, pretty jars packed with food, then hot pack. If you're in a hurry and you don't really care what they look like, then it's fine to go ahead and cold pack. So it just depends on the finished product that you want. But basically that is the difference. And yeah, some foods can be, like peaches, they can be done either way. And both are perfectly fine. You just have to make sure that you leave enough headspace as well, though, because that fruit will come to the top, it'll float. So you just want to make sure that you're following all the safe canning recommendations so that everything is fine once you've processed your food. So basically that is the difference. I want to go ahead and encourage you to send your questions to me, and in the subject line, go ahead and put "Preserve Your Pantry" and then send them to Jennifer@selfreliantschool.com. But before I go, I want to tell you guys something. We are having a huge preview of our canning and our dehydrating classes, and it's coming up here July 25th. So I would love for you guys to sign up. I think Bill's going to put the link down below. So go ahead and go to that link. He's probably going to put it in the comments too. So you can click on it, go to that page, watch the video. My mom's in that video. And then go ahead and sign up. And so you guys can watch our canning and our dehydrating class for free for that week. So it's one of those things where it's just a preview, but we're gonna go through a lot of stuff: canning safety, equipment, how to dehydrate, what it means to dehydrate, how to store your dehydrated food, all kinds of things. So be sure and sign up for that. And then if you have a preserving questions, we have really been concentrating on canning. But if you have dehydrating, fermenting, freezing, freeze drying questions, please go ahead and email me those as well. It's Jennifer@selfreliantschool.com. Okay, I'm gonna come over here, say hello to you guys before I go. Okay, so yeah, if you have a question, because I see there's a few of them in the comments, go ahead and email them to me, and that will be awesome. Okay, yeah, and I think we made it onto YouTube and Facebook. Now we're gonna go on to Instagram. Hopefully we'll be coming to you from 3 different places, and that would be awesome. So anyway, alrighty, well, we will see you next week. Take care, bye.